What's up, everybody? Who's ready for GKR the League? $46,000 on the line for the year, $7K in our first spring split. And we kick things off with a bang. French Swat versus, who is that? SK Calalas, Vitor, Mohamed Light, and Lucas, the starting players. And anybody gonna stop Mo? Can Paolo, Chetty, aka Ilion, and Hugo, the French squad, can they do it? So far it feels like nobody can. So we'll see if they're capable of getting it done. Hey everyone, how the heck are you? It's your boy Rich Slayton. I'm very excited to be here with you guys for the long haul on GKR. Mwah, to each and every single one of you. This is going to be a really interesting competition as we go through split after split after split after split all the way, much like we're doing with Queso Cup, year-long event. This one has 4 separate splits. The first split one we're in right now, our spring split, is 7K on the line with the teams you see right here. And I see some of you saying tuning in 4 days in a row. Let's go, my broken washer. Very, very well done. I'm proud of you. I just realized that my Twitch chat, I need to pop that out so I can see my Twitch chat as well. So I'm giving the love to everyone everywhere. This is going to be a really interesting competition. It's a 7-game round robin, except for instead of taking place over 7 days, it's taking place over 7 weeks. So we'll be here 2 days a week for the next few weeks, 2 matches a day. And today's 2 matches, as you might see in the title above, well, first matchup going to be French Swat versus SK Calalas, and then we have Olimpo Squad versus Strangers. Then tomorrow, we're back with PZN Pro Team and Rising Sun Esports and Shock 13 versus TITANSTARS Alliance. By the way, if you are on YouTube right now, you can go into the description below and see the full rosters for every single team involved in this competition. So if you want to know more about who's playing, there you go. All the information can be found right there. Today, though, we have French SWAT versus SKC. Calalas, their lineup, of course, with the big names. You already saw them on screen once. Here you go, one more time with them on the screen. Starting off in the first set, going to be Vitor, Mohamed Light, and Lucas. Rounding that squad out, Adriel, Ruben, and Mugi. So I don't know what SKC has got in the water, what they're doing, but they are putting together these really, really stacked teams over and over and over again. So good on them. And other orgs, what are you doing? Pay these guys the big bucks. How are you letting this squad get gobbled up like this? It's absolutely crazy. On the other side of things, French SWAT, a full French team with a coach player as Kamal Teha. But you also have Chetty, a.k.a. Ilion, who was in our last monthly final, Z, Hugo, Viper, and Paolo. So pretty cool lineup overall for this French team. Come on, Slade. Let's talk about the format for the competition. Each match is up to 3 sets, best of 3 sets. Set number 1 will be the 3 versus 3 best of 1. So meaning that you have 3 matchups. You'll have Paolo versus Vitor, Chetty versus Mohamed, and then Hugo versus Lucas if necessary. First team to win 2 games wins the set. Game over. And there are bans, by the way. And the ban system for this is actually super crazy. More on that in just a minute. Our second set is a 1v1 duel. I believe it's in duel mode. I don't know if it's an in-game duel mode or not, but I believe it's actually in duel mode specifically. And then, if necessary, if we go to set number 3, that's going to be a King of the Hill. 3 players from each side. First team to eliminate the other 3 players wins that one, and there are bans in that one as well. The bans here are actually kind of crazy. Each team is going to ban 2 troops, 1 spell, and 1 building. So 4 bans for each team, 8 total cards banned for each match. That's actually insanity. I'm very curious for that one. Let's take a look at the opening matchup here. The bans on French SWAT, they banned Golden Knight and Monk. On the SK Calalas side, Hog Rider and Miner. So SK Calalas also banning the card that maybe makes them so dominant in also their skill makes them dominant, but banning Miner, which I think is kind of insane. So Miner out. There you go. Hog Rider out, Golden Knight, and Monk. So 2 champions and 2 major win conditions. Poison and Bomb Tower, the spell and building ban for French SWAT. I didn't see any spell and building ban submitted by SK Calalas, so I'm still waiting to see if there's going to be more information there. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can follow up. Are the bans fulfilled? I only see some. So talking about what we're doing here again, the schedule for today and tomorrow. We're back same time today and tomorrow. Today, French SWAT versus SK Calalas, and then later Olimpo squad versus Strangers. Strangers. Did I actually put the correct matchup in the description here? I did. Excellent. And then tomorrow we're back with BCN Pro Team versus Rising Sun Esports, and followed all that by Shock 13 versus TITANSTARS Alliance. And all these rosters, for being what's supposedly a semi-pro competition, these rosters are all actually kind of crazy. So later in our match, Olimpo squad versus Strangers. Olimpo squad, Fram, Enis, Keef, Capgun, Kitassyan, and Miniminter. Strangers is Victor, Lost, Kodigo, Magma, Ban, and Luminary. Then we get into tomorrow's matchups, BCN Pro Team, bringing Wallacem, Stardust, Samuel Bassotto, Sanbox, Ian, and winwu. And I think Stardust actually might be Igor. So that's kind of crazy. And then we get into our Rising Sun Esports team for tomorrow's matchups. Ta, Pandora, Greco, Air Surfer, Reiki Jones, and Sella. So all top to bottom, this is actually kind of wild with these lineups. Let's give a warm hello to everyone who's in the chat right now. I think that we are getting to our first matchup fairly soon. It's supposed to be live already, but as soon as it starts, I'll let you know. Let's see if they can you share? Where can I see them? We'll see. Let's see, people over on the Twitch side. I see some love there. 101 Clash, how are you? Everybody who's here, I do appreciate you guys being here for what is day 4 out of 10 days in a row. 10 days of Clash. And you know what? Right now, at this time of the day, my voice is doing okay. Hopefully it holds on throughout. And I see people saying 900 subs only. Less than 900. Guys, look at that number down there. 99,172. We are 828 subs away from 100K. That's actually pretty crazy. Let's see. Taking a look at some of you guys in the chat. Devlop in the building. Bomb Tower ban could be interesting. Yes, I think so. Let's see. Another exciting day. Yeah, I agree. And we are into gameplay. Let's go. I'm going to go ahead and get the music off here. And here we go. I'm going to adjust the game sounds down a little bit. I think they're up a little bit high there. So only 2 bans. I wonder what's up with the lack of bans on the side. I think that game sounds still a bit high. Let me take that down. The lack of bans from SK Calalas is interesting. But remember, look at all the ban cards. Golden Knight, Monk, Miner, Hog Rider. So expect to see a ton of Mighty Miner. Will we see a little bit more Archer Queen than we've been seeing lately? And they got gameplay with no music. Right? I'm listening. Sounds like a quiet match out in a field with no music. Do you guys play with music on or with music off? That might be the most important question of the day. Do you play music on or music off? I used to play music off, but now I play music on. I like as much information as possible. So Vitor just going drill after drill after drill. We'll see a lot of drill in this match overall just because of the bans, with Miner and Hog Rider both out. Miner being out is the 2 bans from SK Calalas, I have to say, are fascinating. And you can see also in Paolo's deck the new card art for our archers. That's a little, it takes a while to get used to it. But there you go. Paolo, for those of you who don't know, the Frenchman currently ranked 43rd on our CRL 2023 rankings with an 8.5K personal best in Legacy Ladder, and finished in February on the ranked top 100 at 85th finish. So Paolo certainly making a move this year. I'm checking on something. Checking on the ban question. So I see this question here. The rule allows each team to ban less than 4 cards. I don't know. I'm double checking on that one. Yeah, I do. I hear game sounds. I just hear no music, everybody. That's what I was talking about. Oh, so yeah, getting some word from League Ops here. I'll keep you guys posted. So here's also a big question. Should I put my music low back on in the background behind all this? Or should we just do game sounds plus voice only? And confirmation, optional no ban. Got it. And keep in mind on top of all this, we're playing with bans. People saying the game sound only, please. All right. We're playing with bans. And I don't know what the analysis situation is for French SWAT. They have a staff. I know that Kamal is their coach and analyst. But you're up against Jebas, who's doing the deck work for SK Calalas. It seems like bans will overall benefit SK Calalas, of course, not doing it here. Easy peasy win there for Paolo. GG, well played. Game number 1 for French SWAT. Nicely done. How do the bans work? Ask Madi. I need to be able to turn my music. I need the music to trigger back on when I switch to this. Screen. How do the bans work? Great question. Each team submits their bans before the match, and then once the match begins, the teams are not allowed to play those cards in the sets where bans are active. So bans are active in this first set, in this 1v1 best of 3 set. I don't know if they're not going to be active in set number 2, our dual set. But yeah, they are pre-submitted bans. I just realized that's what I need to do. One little thing. Let me make myself a little shortcut key here to deal with to handle this music situation. Let's see. Audio mixer, throw a little button right there, and set that to toggle mute on my music. Great. So then I can turn it off when we go into game, and then turn it back on when we come out here. Here we go. Let's jump into game number 2. Mohamed Light. Look at that. See, now I got some nice little control on the music. So once again, drill. That's an interesting question. Will these bans make the meta more varied, or will they end up kind of enticing players to play an even smaller meta than we've seen? Of course, only one way to find out, and that's right here. Damien asking, Mo plays for Pugins and Cal. Pugins is a Cal team. SK Calalas, Pugins is one of the teams that SK Calalas fields. So SK Calalas is only fielding one team for this event. So they have all the hitters on this one. I mean, if you, again, looking at the roster for SK Calalas for this one, Ruben, who's on SK, Ruben Adriel, and I think Vitor too, who's on SK Calalas in the other game. And then Lucas, Mo, and Mugi, who are on Pugins. They just make us even take a super team and make a super team here for this event. And you see the interesting piece here, Valkyrie, which doesn't get as much play these days because of champions, a lot of champions kind of taking the position in a deck that Valkyrie might take. An easy defense here for Ilion, a.k.a. Chetty. Omar saying Mo Light might lose this. Yeah, this is interesting. So what is is there a, I don't think there's a second building here for Mo because he's playing the drill wall breakers. Maybe there is. Fireball gets onto the Mother Witch, log plus guards, enough to take down the Royal Giant, but small counter push opportunity here for Ilion. Mo very low on Elixir. Fireball gonna get room for a Zappy to break through. Nope, forces out the guards instead. Chris saying Mo counters 70-30, thinks that Inferno is the last card. Might be. And there it is. You were right. Good call. Although, does he counter that hard with the ability to get this? Yeah, look at this. Because look at the sequencing, right? The Skeleton King gets in front. I mean, look. Here's the real question, right? Does the deck counter, or does it counter because it's Mo? And I see a lot of people asking questions about my thoughts on the new update. I haven't spent enough time with it to really have a strong opinion. More thoughts on that later. Zappy split, 2 right, 1 left. Good fireball cycling here. And 14:41 to 12:41. The lead for Ilion holding for just a moment. These wall breakers going to get picked up. Fireball in, log clears, but just like that, Mo way in the lead. That feels like that was way more damage than he should have taken in that moment. Can Ilion break past that? Nope, can't do it. Fireball will finish it. GG, well played. Mo gets it done. Player missed a log on the Dark Goblin. Ah, yes, there you go. I'm watching this through the clean. I need to figure out a way so I can make the screen bigger. It's actually kind of hard for me to see. Let me see. Will this do it? That's better. That's a little better. Okay. Yeah, I have to make some adjustments here so I can see just a little bit better because I'm not watching my normal methods. But there we go. All right, so set 1 gonna go down to the 3rd and final. Now keep in mind, this is not King of the Hill, so it's not like Mohamed Light comes back out. We go now to our 3rd game, which will be Hugo versus Lucas. I've seen a couple people ask me if I'm sick. I'm not sick. I'm just, I'm not yelling as much this morning. Kind of taking it, giving my voice a slight rest today. But no, feeling fine. Our pawn saying it's very difficult to deal with the Inferno Tower. There was a period when instead of the this setup does not work the way I want. When instead of the Dark Goblin Bomber was used, impossible authority to break through with Dart, it is possible. Let's see. So people are asking about the new update. Like I said, I don't have a strong opinion about the update yet, as I have not spent much time with it. When I get a chance, I'll spend some more time with it. Certainly some positives, certainly some negatives. But I couldn't really give you guys an informed opinion. I've been focusing too much on the esports side of things. And this is interesting. So, on balance, Expo's not great right now. But with bans, Expo does get a pretty significant buff. Decks like Expo, certainly more viable in a situation like this. And this is why the music in the game, I think, is valuable, because right now it's just super quiet. Any reason my game's in another language? Yes, Damien, because this is coming from a clean feed. My iPad's not even open right now. Knight does not pick up the flying machine. But here's actually an really interesting question. Is how much are these guys playing against Expo right now? Part of what makes Expo rough is that so much of the meta is bad for Expo, but also everyone just got so good at playing against it. But how much are people playing against Expo these days? I see Mahmoud asking, is Mohamed Light playing today? Yeah, he just played a moment ago, and probably we'll see him play again, but he just played. You missed him by about a minute. Will Viper play today? I'm not entirely sure. And so far, Lucas just really sitting on him. Nice little lead right now in the right-hand lane. Off subject, do good glasses come in prescription? No, but you can get your own lenses made for them. Good question, though. And the flying machine gets on tower. That's twice now that Lucas has missed a flying machine pickup. And the pigs go all the way through on the other side as well. This is rough going for Lucas right now, especially as the giant skeleton picks up the Expo right at the bridge. No good big spell here for Hugo, but the arrows are able to help with the archers. But all it takes is one more, and there you go. A little chip damage there. 2297 to 1748. Yeah, it's interesting to see how does Hugo try to get to these Expos and gives up another connection. I don't think Mo's going to make another mistake on missing a flying machine. And really, the damage that you see for Hugo so far, a lot of that is because of missing two flying machines, really. And at this point, there's no reason Lucas should lose this. Very aggressive Expo play here. Going for a high placement rather than a super defensive placement. And he really wants, and that's great, Lucas there using the Tesla to handle the flying machine rather than a fireball. Because that's what Hugo wanted. He wanted to make the fireball come out, and he didn't. "25 seconds left. That's a good piece of arrows for Hugo, and those pigs getting on is very important. I don't think that wins it for him, though. 17 seconds left. As long as Lucas can hold here, he can just fireball log and get this one done. Fireball goes down, 390. I don't know if he wins this, though. Arrows, and oh my word, look at this. French SWAT taking set number 1 off of SK Calalas. Very, very, very well played by Hugo, and a rare, what's the best way to, like, rare kind of feeling off play from Lucas, right? Definitely did not feel like his best work. The couple of missed pickups on the flying machine were certainly not what you're hoping for, and then, yeah, really fascinating. I see a lot of people talking about Expo Represents Giant Skeleton Tower, hard to play Expo, 101 Clash saying great game here. That was weird. I think the Expo was a weird choice, and I understand why with the bans trying to find a way for it to be effective, but certainly wasn't so far today. Lucas should have played more passively, says Omar, and I agree. He was still staying really, really aggressive with this one. So I don't think it was a great deck choice, first of all. But I understand why he tried to go for it. But then the overly aggressive play, I think he really could have just like locked down, gone Sim City on it, and won by spell cycle in triple elixir, and instead was playing much higher expos than maybe one should have. Getting ready for our second set here in just a moment. And second set, I believe, is in, I don't know if it's an in-game duels or offline duels. They say duel. So we'll see what they're actually doing. Going to be Chetty, a.k.a. Ilion, versus Mohamed Light. So two of our first month CRL monthly finalists here to battle it out. And this would be interesting. I mean, you know, you got to favor Mohamed Light here, but it would be a pretty big upset if Chetty, a.k.a. Ilion, and French SWAT could 2-0 SK Calalas to open up. Keep in mind, Ilion is 5th ranked right now on our CRL rankings for the season, and he's no slouch of a player. It's not like he's a player who doesn't have a skill set. So could he do it? Absolutely. Cooler Stream saying, let's take a moment to appreciate Richard's glasses. Thank you very much. I like these ones too. They're very mirrory. You guys can really see like everything. There's nothing inappropriate in my. I don't think so. Everything's looking pretty good. But yeah, you guys can see literally everything in the reflection today. Format better than King of the Hill. It will else it would be someone like Mo carry the whole squad. I really like King of the Hill for those carry moments. I think that's one of the really great things about King of the Hill is the ability for someone to go on a big run. That to me is really cool. It doesn't always work, obviously. If you should have stopped playing Expo at the bridge, we got the triple elixir when he always had enough elixir to defend. Yeah, I agree. Everyone's kind of saying the same thing here. At Rich Layton signature glass in the pink box. We'll see. We'll see what it is. Let's see. King of the Koth is entertainment factor too. Yeah. Great glasses for Sunny Day and the Queso Cup. Yeah. Well, no Queso today, but we are back with Queso, of course, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're here with GKR today and tomorrow, and then Wednesday I'm doing Royale Masters. So, again, 10 days of Clash Royale. I haven't done a 10 days in a row of streaming in a very long time. So far the voice is holding up. So well, hopefully it stays that. Sup, Rich, back here to watch more CR. Let's go. Well, hopefully our next set. Here we go. Actually, as I'm saying that, next set's ready to go. Let's do it. And it is in-game duels. SK is not playing in GKR, to answer that question. Here we go. Mohamed Light versus Ilion in-game duels. Oh, let me turn the music off. There we go. Gotta get used to doing that. And Mo with a solid early connection, but he played. Oh, there's no bans in this game mode. Got it. Man, for a second I was like, he played a banned card. No bans in in-game duels. Solid lightning here, but good lineup for Mohamed Light. Why does your mic volume overlay let me switch screens? Noticed it yesterday as well. Oh, let me see if I can if there's an audio ducking thing set up here. That's a good question. Let me go ahead and see if that's currently set up. General, no. That's audio output. Give me 1 second, folks, because that's actually a really that is an interesting thing that shouldn't be happening. So I'm gonna see if I can solve that problem while you guys watch some Clash Royale. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. What was that? Okay. Let's see. There's my mic. It's all set up normally. I don't see why it would be... Let me try this. 1 second, folks. Audio fade style. Crossfade. There we go. That should work. Okay, so that should have fixed it. Let me know next time we transition if it fixed it or didn't. Igloo Play is asking how old I am. 85, but don't look a day over 72. I feel really good about it. And this Ram spam deck just causing fits and starts for Ilion. Who decides to keep the monk on with using the reflection on his side of the board there against the bandit. But now you're gonna have a raged up attack on the right hand side. I don't think that Mo presses there. No, he decides to hold off. This is actually a nice little push for Ilion, but the Lumberjack plus the Ram Rider is going to shred that. Mo basically playing like 1,000 RG counters, right? Because Inferno Dragon wrecks RGs. Lumberjacks completely shred right through a Royal Giant. And then, of course, the Monk to knockback as well. So nice little King Tower activation there, very late in this game, but Mo's got matchup by a mile. You guys ever notice? I feel like I've never noticed the gulp when the Lumberjack comes down. And that's going to be a lot of fireball value there, and the Monk reflection doesn't get there quite in time. Inferno Dragon, of course, will sizzle that Monk down very quickly. And a little bit off with the Barb Barrel here. Firecracker will stay alive. Shouldn't be a problem, but just an interesting note there. Now a full Monk Firecracker RG push onto the right-hand lane. Lumberjack and Ram Rider will once again, and that's the hard part, right? Is even when Ilion gets an actual, like, conceptual opening, there's too many counters in this deck to Royal Giant for Ilion to get any meaningful offense. So he does all the things right? Puts himself in a position where maybe he could be able to do something. But even with everything right, everything still goes wrong. So there we go, game number 1. And looks like we're going to be going to King of the Hill here, most likely, folks. Let's see. Develop saying, Rich, what is the best way to donate to the channel? I don't know. There's like the super chats. I think that my my whatchamacallit, my subscriptions are coming up pretty soon. I think super chats are probably the best way. What's my favorite country? It's a strange question. Can you give me a little bit more context or narrow that conversation down a little bit? So, Mo running the deck that if you're playing, once you get to like, I don't know if it's called like Arena 8 or whatever it is, but like the 8th step of Path of Legends, Mo is running the deck that is every 3rd deck. And then Ilion's running the deck that's every 5th deck. Oh, never mind. Bird for Mohamed Light. Not what I expected in this one. And nice little hog connection here for Ilion. Only gets one, though. Lead remains for Mohamed Light, 25-88 to 26-72. And that mortar from Ilion really didn't do what he was hoping, because his goal was to win the mortar fight. I think the new arena looks kind of cool. I haven't played it enough yet, folks, to answer Neutral Frere's question. Deciding not to mortar. And we've seen this a lot, actually, from Lucas and Mo and Mugi the last couple of days. And I wonder if this is something that they've been kind of thinking about and working on. But we've seen a lot of hog defenses that don't use the building. DPSing hogs. And they've been doing it, too, against RGs. But specifically, just not playing the building and DPSing hogs in order to create a more aggressive counter push. Now, of course, you are also against hog EQ, and the building can go down, sure. But it really seems like this is a concerted, a focused and intentional move to be DPSing for the counter push a little bit more and being willing to take the one hog shot as part of that. And this is a difficult hog. The attempted prediction log out of Ilion probably should have gone a little bit more to the inside rather than going straight down the front. It was a great idea, but two problems. One, needed to go a little bit to the left. And two, you're up against Mohamed Light, who's just not going to be as susceptible to... He knows you're going to try to make that prediction. But nice hog shot, plus the mortar connection on the left-hand lane. Ilion starting to put some pressure on as we get into the final 90. Adarsh saying, can 2v2 be back in competitive teams edition tournament? It is sometimes. It's just not really supported by the game in any meaningful way anymore. So it's hard to have like good 2v2, even though I love it. Mo still has the lead, triple elixir though. Minor poison should beat anything else out for triple elixir. The log, the EQ, and the hog does get one, a big one. Now back to another hog. Mortar goes high. And Ilion will control with the defensive mortar. Hog will get it down. Miner should be caught here. Ice Spirit, and then Mighty Miner. This is a really good performance by Ilion in these final seconds. That hog shot that he got was absolutely massive. The question is, can he maintain this slim lead against the Miner poison? EQ in. Does he give a mortar shot to the tower? Does not. Good pickup there by Ilion. 357 to 352. This hog needs to do something here for Ilion or Mo's going to win it. And no, it doesn't. EQ down. GG. Well played. Mohamed Light takes care of business. We're going to set number 3. And people saying, didn't the pros also love 2v2? Once we got past the first season, absolutely. But it's just, it's hard to have a thing be a part of the competitive ecosystem when it's not really in the game. And it was kind of the same thing in, it was difficult even in the old CRL days because a lot of people didn't embrace 2v2 as a viewer because they didn't really play it very much as on their own. So here we go. Getting ready for set number 3. Just take a look at the lineups here. This is going to be King of the Hill, Kamal, Paolo, and Hugo for French SWAT, Vitor, Lucas, Mugi for SK Calalas. And this one does have a you cannot play all 3 sets rule. So a little different here than this from Team Queso. Taking a look at the chat here for a second. Let me catch up to some of the things. What's your favorite arena in terms of design animations? Not sure. I don't really think about that very often. Archers are so OP, they got new card art. The card art looks cool. Do I speak slowly for a foreign audience? It's just part of being a good broadcaster is not speaking super duper fast. I am not. Sometimes I'll go fast in big moments, but the whole, as they call it, rap god style that's really popular in casting MOBAs in particular. Maybe it's important for those MOBAs. Maybe it's like you need to be doing blah, 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 the whole time when you're casting League and things like that. I find it to be aesthetically unpleasing, but I understand why with all the things that are going on there, it can be important. Sometimes that happens sometimes I have to do that here in Clash Royale, though. I try to tell the story more than just like everything that's happening. But I talk fast sometimes. Watching Mo play is like watching Bob Ross paint a beautiful picture. Did you compared Mo to Bob Ross? Bob Ross. Watching Mo play Clash Royale is like Bob Ross. I mean, it feels like you just said it's like watching Guy Fieri cook. You know what I mean? I don't think that's the compliment that you think it is. Let's see. Mike Allgoodo, thank you. Never mind at the same spot 10 times in a row. Fair enough. Let's see. The poison cycle after Mo saw he's down. Damage was fire. Yeah. You can play 2v2 still, but people just aren't into it. Let's take a look. Hold on. I'm catching up on all this chat. What's your thoughts on an Indian server? I don't know. What do you mean? Is there a separate one? I hope you're okay. Love your glasses. Mwah, I'm doing great. My best deck. That's a rough question. Who are some of your favorite casters that you watch? I don't watch casters. Like I just kind of work. You know what I mean? Let's see. Mob Ross. I like that. You've asked the same question about the Indian server of Clash Royale. Okay, guys, also just don't spam your questions. I know that you all want your questions answered. But, you know, let's see. It's a good pace. Yeah, I hope so. Any teaser for 100K special? None yet. Ticker's not going as much today because we don't have a lot of new people coming in. 99, 178. I mean, I think we've kind of been there the whole day. Tell your friends, folks. What did Chris try to do? What did Chris try to get me with? Did Chris try to trap me with something? Are you going after the bread? You mean money? I'm always going for that money, bro. Colby called John Jones part-time fighter and full-time felon. Yeah, well, Colby's a clown. Which country is best at Clash Royale? I mean, it depends. Are you talking on an aggregate, or are you talking about just, right? Molite makes Egypt pretty top, but, you know, there are other good players in Egypt, but it's not the same. I think, like, on an aggregate, like, as a country as a whole, let me think about that for a minute. I think that Japan has a really strong argument for being the top Clash Royale country in the world. Hey, thank you, Ignacio Koenig. Thank you. Oh, I do appreciate that. That's a really generous super chat. I'm doing a lot more new things here on the channel, so I'll hope to put that to good use. Saturn OJ saying Germany right now. Germany has an argument, but I think Japan is really the probably the best country. Like if you take like the full aggregate of the player base. So let's see. Japan lots of 20 wins. Yep. That's for sure. What is the pink cup? That's from Gooder. That's a cup of their mascot, their little flamingo, and he's wearing the sunglasses because he's a mug / sunglass holder. Do you think your skill has improved since you watch these kind of players? Yes, for sure. My skills have definitely improved in the last few years. The reality is that I've just never really I've never really become good at the game. Like I'm medium. I'm better. So it's so hard to also evaluate, right? I am better than 80% of people who play Clash Royale. But I'm so much worse than the people who I watch that like I don't even think that I consider myself pretty trash. And again, guys, I'm just going to show you guys right now. The game is not up yet. I don't know why there's a delay in getting set number 3 up and running, but as soon as set number 3 is good to go, we will have that up for you guys. So I'll let you guys know as soon as we have it. You'll see it as soon as I see it. Tell everyone at college to sub to you. Oh, thank you. That'd be a lot of subs. 99, 185. Did we just jump a few more? Hey, look at that. We're 115 subs away. Oh, no, not 115. we are 815 subs away from the 100K, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Still reading in chat as I wait. What's my PB? My legacy PB is 6606. Right now, I'm trying to push Path of Legends for the first time seriously this season. I'm in whatever level 8 is, where you stop getting golden steps. It's gotten much harder there. I went from like playing people with like garbage decks to people who are all playing the mighty minor motorcycle deck. But it's a whole different situation up there. Let's see. What does DPS mean? Damage per second is what that means. How much damage you're doing, how fast. Let's see. Rich, you're the best player in Clash Royale history. That's wildly false, but I do appreciate it. Still trying to look at... Can I join your clan? Sure. Fat Fingers 2.0. Look it up. Let's see. Do you want to be a soccer announcer? Sure. I wouldn't say no to a job if it paid appropriately. Thank you for the scene audio transition update, by the way, everybody. Came from Twitch and subbed me on YouTube. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. What does BM mean? BM means bad manners, and it's like when you start doing stuff, when you like over-emote, like when you spam emotes, or like, hey, I've already won, and now you throw like 3 spells in the corner. That sort of thing. Haven't done any more comedy lately. Too busy with the new baby. Yeah, I haven't done stand-up in a while. I don't know if I'm ever going to do stand-up again, honestly. I'm trying to come to terms with whether that's going to be stand-up's going to be in my life again or not. But 2 new clubs just opened here in Austin, and I'm familiar. I know people at both of them, so it's 50-50 there. Belonging to the club. I run a lot. Never seen so many XC NATOs. Here we go. Finally, getting into our final set. Here we go. And we are streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, everybody, for those of you wherever you're watching. I appreciate you on either platform. Nice little collection of 550-ish people watching on between the 2 channels. And did Hugo disconnect? Did Hugo play a banned card? Did Hugo decide that he's quitting the game? Did Hugo's house get hit by a semi-truck and he had to go check out what the damage is? What in the world just happened there? I'm trying to see... Let's see. Bomb Tower, Poison, Monk, GK. Did anybody see a banned card or anything? Did anybody see it? I saw nothing. I have no idea what just happened. And also, now I see 3 crowns on... What the heck just happened? What just happened? I don't know what just happened. I'm getting told that there's multiple free win games for SK Calalas. I guess that the delay must be tied to that for some reason. I am asking League Ops to give me some clarity here, but that's craziness. I honestly don't know what just happened. Very weird. Very, very weird indeed. Let me go ahead and change our thumbnail to our second match of the day, and I'll try to figure out what the heck just happened. What just happened? Yeah, I think there was something happening in the behind the scenes, because I was seeing messages from League Ops telling me that Game 1 was a free win for SK Calalas, and then Game 2 was a free win 2 minutes later, and then now whatever just happened. So, no clue what's going on. I would like to try to figure out what that was. Please have visibility on the League Ops channel so I know what's happening. You know what? I should maybe get my iPad and join the clan. Maybe I can switch to my phone. Hold on. That was wild. I don't know what is going on. Maybe he really didn't hasn't subbed you, so he had to quit and come back real quick. Maybe that's what happened. He was like, oh, let me leave and go sub to Rich and help him hit that 100K. 99,187. Think we can hit 99? Do you think we can get 12 more subs today and hit 99,200? Well, we have about 7 minutes before our next match is supposed to begin. Let me switch to... I do have the clan invite. Let me go ahead and switch to my spectating account as opposed to my main account. Rich, can you rate my deck, says Don Johnson. Executioner, Giant Skelly, Golden Knight, Electro Wiz, NATO, EQ, Lumberjack, Skelly Barrel. It's like a giant skeleton, Skelly Barrel clone deck, but without the clone. Interesting. I'm telling people my classes at college that I sub to you so you get those 12 subs. Thank you. Did I fix your PC? Yeah, it seems like it's working today. Fine. Yesterday just got really weird. Has Riley ever competed in semi-pro tournaments? Riley's competed a little bit, but like not really. He doesn't do much competition. Let me go ahead and see. Let me go ahead and join the clan. Maybe I can get some more information on. Maybe I can get some more understanding of what the heck is going on by joining the clan. I do have a clan invite here, so let's see. Maybe that'll give me more clarity, because right now I am getting. Right now I have no information as to why that just all went bananas. So I'm joining into the clan here. What is going on? What is going on? There's... I guess French SWAT didn't send their request in time for game number 1. And then there's a discussion over... this is interesting. Okay, well, I'm not going to get into the behind-the-scenes League Ops stuff. Disagreement over whether the request was made at the right time or not. Let's see. Justin Gagey says he's the most exciting fighter in MMA. Do you agree? Give me 1 second here, folks. Trying to figure out some of this League Ops stuff. I guess it's all in game. Our next matchup is just a few minutes away, as I'll go ahead and show you guys right here. That's going to be Olimpo Squad versus Strangers. From what I can understand, there's a disagreement over how long the players had to request their game, over whether a timeout was granted. Really not sure. So I can't give you more any more competent information than that. 99-190, let's go. House, P.E.K.K.A, Skarmy, Executioner, E-Barbs, Nap, Zato, Fireball, Log, Hog Rider. Sounds pretty toxic, in my opinion. Are you subscribed? You resubscribed? You unsubscribed and resubscribed? Why are you unsubbing, resubbing? Why are you unsubbing, resubbing? Don't need to do it. Can I show the Mega Knight figure, please? Yeah, for sure. Where are you, Mega Knight figure? Are you on this side? Oh, you're up there. Got it. Let me go get that Mega Knight figure. Oh, that's gonna fall down. Hold on, I had to grab. Things are falling. Things are gonna fall down here. Actually, I'll bring two things over here to the camera. One moment. Here we go. Okay, so the Mega Knight figure. This is the golden Mega Knight. Oh, it's a little. And I can see it there. It's a little dusty there. This is from the 2020 CRL World Finals, the one that we did not get to have in person. Let me dust this off a little bit because it's actually it needs a little love. Let me get some of that dust out so it doesn't look so terrible on when it gets close on camera. My word. There you go, Mr. Mega Knight. Here you go. Here you go. So this was the gift for the 2020 CRL World Finals, the golden Mega Knight. Pretty cool. And then, but what's on that wall right behind that, typically, is a painting of the CRL logo. My son likes to paint to relax. My 4-year-old. So this is a painting I did of the CRL logo to go and help decorate my setup here. And let's see. I think that's arranged correctly. There's a bunch of random stuff up there. And let me come back and join you. Let's see. It could be good, but you need some cycle cards. Nice painting, thank you. Yeah, it had some style to it. Okay. Yeah, just like time pass for French Swat, apparently. When is CRL? Well, your Path of Legends push should be getting started pretty soon here, because I believe we have only 6 days left. Well, how many days do we have left in Path of Legends? 6 days left. So you better be getting your Path of Legends push going if you're trying to make top 1,000 for CRL. And then, of course, we'll have our schedule after that for in April when we get our monthly qualifiers and our monthly final. Let's see. Having fun with Lumbermere clone Devlop. Cool, good for you. Give us your top 10 players. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Wilt Chamberlain, Kobe Bryant, half the Warriors. All right. There we go. Can you rate my deck? Expo. Trash. Why is America in the dark with this gameplay? What do you mean? Your son is the same age as my niece. Yeah, my son's 4.5 years. My oldest is 4.5, and my new kid is 6 weeks old. That painting was really nice. You thought it was official? Nope, just made it myself, dude. Just did it sitting there with my kiddo, out in the backyard, having a good time. I went through it. I made a lot of bad ones before I made that one. Made a lot of bad ones before that one. Let's see. Almost got 7.5K with Logbait. I was only on one match off. I should give my phone to Mo for one win. Yeah, I feel you on that one. Let's see. Top 1K a bit tough. We'll be casting Clash Royale Masters King of the Hill. Yes, I am. Not on this channel though, but I'm doing that. But I am casting the Royale Masters for sure. Hey from Germany, says Sherwan. Hello, how are you? Change is scary. Change is scary is the best way to put that. Yeah, I don't think the game's gonna die, guys. But yes, DJ Badhand falling in. Yes, Rich and Andrew. Me and the homie. Can I be framed on the screen? No, you may not. Other channels have live gameplay in Europe, for example. I don't know what you mean, Devlop. Can you clarify that? I must have missed something that you were saying earlier. When will it start? Well, look at this timer. Oh, the timer actually ran out. So yes, in a minute here. Here we go. Look at that. When will it start? Wait, why did they reset the timer? Did they seriously just reset the timer for another 10 minutes? Okay. Well, I guess we have another 10 minutes of just hanging out and talking while we wait for gameplay. And I don't have anything set up to do other gameplay stuff. So the teams asked for another delay. Let's take a look at these lineups though. And for the first set, you see Olimpo squad, Capgun, Enis, and Fram, Strangers with Victor, Bassotto, and Lost. And the overall rosters here, Olimpo squad, Fram, Enis, Keef, Capgun, Kitassyan, and Miniminter. And for Strangers, it's Victor, Lost, Kodigo, Magma, Bassotto, and Luminary. So there you go. That's the players there. Which I can watch Masters on the Royale Masters channel, which will be, I think it'll be a LinkedIn game when it happens. I have to study. Bye. Hey, take care. Yeah, feed your dogs, water them. Yeah. Guys, go get a sandwich or something. Leave your stream open, right? Give me the love. But, yeah, and I'm not set up. I didn't bring like my iPad in here to do any stuff. Let me see if I can get Mrs. Slayton to bring my iPad, and maybe you can spectate some other players while we're waiting for all this. Let me ask her, are you able to bring my iPad? Because it's using a clean feed, I didn't have anything set up for any other options. Why people never use Goblin Barrel in tourneys? Because Goblin Barrel's bad. Bait is bad. It's useless right now. Next season, animated banners are coming. I think so. And yeah, what do I think about the update? I haven't spent enough time with it. Here's the reality. The Book of Books was way too accessible. Like, it was so, the fact that you could get it for in the now, I think also having something be there and then taking it away is really hard on people. But the Book of Books, given like how things are supposed to be valued in the game, the fact that it was in the Pass Royale was insane. It was an insane overvalue that we were getting. I also don't like losing it, but they were, for what it gave way too much value relative to the cost based on like how you view the overall game economy. So it's like, do I want to lose it from the Pass Royale? No. Should it have been in the Pass Royale in the first place? Not really. I would have liked to see the Pass Royale do some more cool things, given the ways that they're changing it and the price increase, but that's not the way that they went. I see someone said CR is about the money. Yeah, of course they do. They're a business. They're a business. I think that one of the weird things that people have in a relationship with this game is that they're like this. You care about this game so much, and this game's such a part of your day-to-day life that you forget that this game is no different than this game is like, it's a grocery store, it's a gas station, it's a clothing company. You know, like, this is a company. The game isn't like the game isn't exclusively how you experience it. The game's also a business, and their job is to make money. So, you know, you get to choose how you interact with it. You can still continue to play completely free to play if you're a free to play player. And you know what? And I'll say this, even before this initial change, I have, I've never, what's the best way to put this? I've never been like super sympathetic to the free to play player's plight in this game, because if you're not putting money into the game, if you put $0 into the game, if you've never paid for a single thing, then you're getting a product completely for free, right? Like, what is that? What value are you, like, if my YouTube channel didn't get any money from ads, there'd be no point in me doing YouTube. As much as I enjoy doing it, if I didn't make any money from YouTube, YouTube would be gone fairly quickly, right? Because I have to pay for my home and my family and my kids and all those different things. So it's one of those things where, hey, you know, I feel for you a little bit, but you know, you gotta kind of take, you get what you pay for, and if you pay nothing, if you get something for nothing, you're getting something. I really would have liked the gold pass to be a little bit more powerful for the money than it currently is. And then I don't know what the diamond. I'm curious to see what the diamond pass is like. So I understand anything about 50 players. I believe most players are under the age of 20. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, hey, go. We finally have gameplay, and I can stop losing fans by saying that I think you should pay money into the game. There you go. Here we are. Gameplay. Let's go. And 13 quid for diamond tier is nuts. That's almost 3 months. Hey, that's the thing is you have the choice to pay it or not. You get to choose it. You get to choose how you interact with this game and how much money and time you want to invest into it. So Kitassyan here, and I'm a little surprised to see him here today. Maybe I'm not. Yeah, it's 1 in the morning in Japan. Maybe that's part of his normal schedule, being up at 1 in the morning. Notice that almost no bans were submitted. The only ban today is Golden Knight. So both teams are able to submit up to 4 total bans, up to 2 units, 1 spell, and 1 building. The only ban submitted here is Golden Knight. So that's going to be really interesting because so many of these Golden Knight decks have been so popular. RG with no Golden Knight, so what takes it, we're probably not going to see much Electro Giant, not going to see much Golem, and we're going to see a whole lot more Archers, even though we're seeing tons of Archers anyway. Lost Soul saying, I've heard lots of takes, and this was for sure the worst take I've heard, and we'll tune off the stream because of it. Or at least because I wanted to watch GKR. That's your choice, right? You get to choose how you. And if you don't want to watch this stream because you disagree with my take, again, would I have liked to see a different result in the pass update? I also think that they did a big mistake, in my opinion, of not putting this monetary change update alongside the really cool stuff that I know is coming with the content update that's coming soon. I think they should have done those at the same time as opposed to give us the medicine, but not the spoonful of sugar in this specific update. But again, yeah, people might not like my take, but if you get something for free, you get what you pay for, again. And the Book of Books was way considering what champions were supposed to be in the game economy. The Book of Books, while I really wish we still had it in the Clash Royale, I understand why they took it out, even though it hurts to have had it and no longer have it. So I would love it if we got everything in this game for free. It's not like I wouldn't like that, but I'm just realistic. Best way to put it. And Amelia with a good, Amelie with a good point. Good, thank God for the Golden Knight ban. Yeah, I feel you on that one. One second, folks. As I handle something on my end. And I don't really know what happened with Hugo. And Mara with a really good point here, right? The delicate balance of providing a specialty product to paying customers versus free, but not getting people angry because the game is pay to win. And it's just again, I think that the real challenge here is we're talking about a game where that was based on where the economy was based on progression of strength of cards, and then That was already hard, and here we go. Nice win for Kitassyan. We had a game where the economy was based on the progression of cards, right? On how you level up your cards, and that's what generated revenue. People forget that this game came out before Fortnite and stuff came out, and games that had where there's no competitive advantage, and you were able to like pay to brag, right? So like the battle pass in Fortnite didn't give you a competitive advantage. It just gave you a whatchamacallit, like a cosmetic and bragging rights. Now, actually, this might be the best point, and that guy left, and he's angry because he didn't like my take, whatever. But this is actually a good point. The old Pass Royale was too good. It's now good that they change it. I actually think there's an argument that the Pass Royale change, the free tier, what happened to the free tier is let's separate that for a second. The paid Pass Royale being less valuable is actually better for free-to-play players. There's an argument there, right? Because now you don't like for the gold tier of Pass Royale, you do not get as much of an advantage over free-to-play players as you used to get. So, you know, there's a strong argument there that the change now, whether that means that the free tier being nerfed, that's a whole different conversation. But getting less out of the paid tier of the Pass Royale gives less an advantage for paying, if you want to look at it that way. Let's see. What's the craziest off-meta deck in pro play? Just watch anything EGW was doing the other day, for sure. Is Ian or Riley playing in this tournament? Ian is, Riley is not. Shouldn't they just ban all champions? That would be interesting if the teams did that, but you can't because there's only five champions. You can only ban 4. And wow, Bassotto just rolling over here, rolling over. GG, well played, and easy opening win for Olimpo squad. All right, during gameplay, I'm going to talk more about gameplay and not have this like conversation. I'm happy to continue it during breaks between games, but during gameplay, I'm just to focus on the gameplay stuff. Man, that guy lost. Soul got really angry with me for my take. I don't know. Again, like I've said this before, but I come from a generation where you had to pay upfront for a game that you hadn't even played yet, and then you'd find out if you hated it, you could try to return the game for like 10. You'd pay $60 to buy a game, play it, decide be like, oh, this game's awful, and have to try to return it, but you couldn't return it, so you'd like have to sell it back to GameStop for $10, and they'd turn around and sell it again for $50. So the free-to-play player helps the game by bringing in other players, boosting the game's numbers, which leads to more money for the company. That's certainly part of the argument, for sure. But you know, again, so but then what is that free to play player owed? I don't know, man. It's a hard thing to figure out how to keep this thing. Imagine trying to justify. Okay, I'll address this immediately, Brandon, because you've been kind of salty in the chat here. Imagine trying to justify scummy companies because Rich never knew how to use a rental store. I did use a rental store, and sometimes I was able to rent, sometimes I wasn't able to rent. But the company sets a price. Like, you set your price, right? Like, that's what I'm saying here is you have the choice of whether to play this game or not. It's a game that you play on your phone. You have a choice whether to play it or not. You can choose whether to pay for, or whether to play it for free, or whether to pay for these different things. And if you don't want to, don't do it. That's your choice as a consumer, right? You have a choice to watch. You have a choice to watch my channel or not. You have a choice to buy a sandwich or make a sandwich at home, right? Like, you're a consumer. You choose where to spend your money or not spend your money. It's actually crazy to be like, oh, this company that's providing an entertainment service that is free on one end decided they want to change their prices. I'm going to call them scummy because I don't like that they want to charge what they want to charge for a thing that I don't have to pay for. If they were a company that was like, we have a monopoly on water, and now we're going to raise the price of water from 50 cents a gallon to $20 a gallon, then you're like, hey, let's all get pitchforks and torches and burn down the we charge too much for water company because they're denying us a resource. This is a game that you play on your couch with your phone. Like, it's not that serious. It's just not that serious. So pay for the Pass Royale or don't pay for the Pass Royale. But every entertainer can just, any provider, especially of a luxury good, because this really is a luxury good, can decide what they want to charge for it, and then you get to decide to pay for it or not. It's the craziest thing that people are this angry about a phone game. If it's not that serious, why are they raising prices? Because they get to. Because they can. I don't know why they're raising their prices. I mean, look, they've charged the same price. Look, I'll tell you, I'll be transparent. I have raised my prices for what I do because I've been getting the same money for what I do for a couple of years, and inflation meant that the money wasn't the same value. So $5, I mean, let me put this in context, right? $5, this is so, it's just like fascinating to me. $5 2019 now. So at if you just say look at the rate of inflation, $5 in 2019 is worth about $5.88, $5.90 today. So they raise the price of Pass Royale in a way that goes with the rate of inflation. Now, they also nerfed Pass Royale, which is part of the problem, but it's just like, pay for it or don't pay for it, but don't be so salty about it. You don't have to play a phone game. Well, you're using the word scummy, Brandon. Like I'll transparently have this conversation. I really wanted to focus on the gameplay here, but I'll transparently you're using the word scummy. Like your word choice here gives a moral, right? There you said specifically there's nothing if I to sell, so they scam people out of money, right? I'll put that on the screen there too. I'll take it all. I'll take all this on right now. If they shut down the servers or you cuss too much in game, you can't like. All this stuff you're saying, scummy, scam, all these different things, you're the one passing an emotional, you're the one passing a value judgment here. A judgment of, you're passing an ethical judgment here. That seems pretty salty to me, that there's a value of ethics over a phone game. Over a game that half of you play when you're on the toilet. It's so crazy to me. Go outside, touch grass, play disc golf. It's so wild. GKR. Tune into Queso for the casting, turn into GKR for the takes. And I'll take this. Nick saying it was probably because it's free to play and everyone got his chances. If it became pay to win for numbers, could fire back. The game is so less pay for win than it used to be. Chief Pat spent like $20,000 in this game in 2016. You know what I mean? Like Chief Pat spent so it costs so much less money to max out a single deck now than it did in the 2016-2017 days. Keef is playing a great game of Clash Royale here, folks. Keef, underrated. There is great gameplay on the screen right now. I thought this was supposed to be... let me check this. Set to duels? In-game or not in-game? Because it was in-game duels last game. And there's just no breaking through here for Luminary. Keef killing it. GG, well played. And this, I thought this was in-game duels. But I think that's over. I think that might be, is that match? I think that might be match win. Let me just double check on that. Is that the match? Is match over? I'll double check on all that. All right. While I'm figuring out whether or not this match is over, let me take a look at some of this stuff here. I just, like, it's not that serious. People are so angry. LOL says, spot on going. Supercell are greedy. I've seen them put challenge emotes back into the store. So? Price increase there. I was understanding about taking away stuff they were already giving for years. I mean, look, and I think that's part of what makes this, like, hurt, is that it's like the rollback, right? And it's, I think there's some business challenge. I think there's some, like, marketing problems with that, right? Mark Cuban, I think it was, said you can't charge for something you used to do for free, right? It's like the death of a lot of SaaS products. And that's challenging. I think that the rollback was hard. I think they also made a mistake. Book of Books was a mistake once. Like, Book of Books was fine when there were no champions. Once champions existed, Book of Books, like, just didn't make sense from them from a business perspective. But yeah, like, having something out there and then being like, no, we're not doing that anymore, that's always going to be a problem. All right. So here we are, game 2. Okay, so this will be regular duels. All right, so we are in game number 2. It's regular duels. A lot of stuff going on. All right, I'm gonna cast this game, and then I'll stick around for a few minutes after. I'm assuming we'll see how this game goes, and I'm happy to continue this conversation. Minor MK wall breakers for Luminary. No Golden Knight makes Archer stronger in both of these decks. And Keef just takes the extra damage there rather than let the Mighty Miner do almost nothing. So here we go, ready for double elixir. Assuming that Keef is running poison. And this is he wants a nice lead here. I mean, he needs to be up by about 12 to 1500 HP before we get in the triple elixir. Because as we've seen with this deck from Luminary, the overwhelm is real. Needs to get a miner out here defensive to protect these archers. Except for the arrows, never mind. Just trying to go for full kite business here. He's going to go ahead and mortar high. And so here's the problem, right? Is that Keef has this nice lead, but he's down 3 elixir, and he's having to spend a lot every single time just to do these defenses. And can you do that for 2 more minutes? At what point does the elixir advantage, does the elixir shift become too much of an issue? And those arrows on the archers are just going to be continued pain for Keef. Really nice Ice Spirit. Skeletons come out. I don't know if they were necessary. Mortar. And Keef's damage lead is starting to go away. And it's an unfortunate position. I guess does he get the mortar shot? He does. So actually brilliance from Keef there. Again, Keef made it to World Finals in 2021 and got kind of like, and I'll even take my L for that one too. Like, didn't really get the super respect he deserved there until he went and did it again in 2022. And it's like, oh, Keef's qualified for World Finals twice in a row. Put some respect on his name. So up by about 1,000 HP is Keef. And that's a smart log. And he's just trying to the whole thing for Keef now is win these bridge fights. But I just don't know how long he can keep it up. Yep, the overwhelm is real. The overwhelm is super real. Mortar high, but look at all that damage. GG, well played. Just can't keep it up. Just can't keep it up. We're in triple. Keef is going to need to win some crazy bridge fights and get real good with these catches. Oh, the prediction arrows onto the archers too. Smart play by Luminary. Does he catch these? Does he catch this miner? Arrows in. Log back. This is crazy. Can you stop this? I think back to arrows again for Luminary quickly enough. Does that miner hit? It will. GG. Hey, good work by Keef. But like I said he needed to be 1,200 HP ahead. He was 1,000, and look what he lost by under 200. So real rough one there for Keef. Brandon Roberts is saying, if I consider a company because of themselves in a manner that takes advantage of the player base, that's scummy. Consider that to be a scam. What takes advantage? I don't know, man. You have the choice to press to buy something or not. Great game by Keef. That's a big L for this cast. Player base is passionate about the game and not happy with upcoming changes. It's not that serious, guys. Set whatever prices people want to install. The idea that I'm not passionate about this game is crazy. I'm insane. Like, look at how much time I spend casting events like this one, which is a smaller event, right? The idea that I'm not passionate about this game is absolutely crazy. Just like people overreact to stuff. I understand people are upset about it, and I think that the way this was rolled out was not rolled out the way it should have been rolled out. And I think that do I think that the update is perfect? No. Do I understand the reasons for the update? Yes, even if I disagree with some of it. But like taking that to they're a scummy, scammy company is just over the top. It's simply over the top. So I know the people who do this. Like it's not like they're not facing people behind Twitter for me. Like I've spent time with Drew and Max. Like I've spent time with Rick. I've spent time with people on the team that you don't know, right? Like they're not just being like, hey, how can we? They're not like trying to pry pennies out of your hand. I don't agree with everything they do, but I also don't agree with saying that they're scammy and scummy. So, there you go. Buy the Pass Royale or don't buy the Pass Royale. Play the game for free or decide that you want to spend more money or don't play the game anymore. All these are your options as a consumer. It's your life and your time. I'm going to end that part of the conversation. I'm not going to engage it anymore. I think I've engaged it pretty in depth. I think that I've given a fairly measured response. If the decision hurts them, maybe they'll make an adjustment. Maybe they'll go, oh, this was a bad idea. Maybe they won't. But I'm not gonna be part of I'm not gonna have the conversation anymore. I think that I've made some good points, and maybe you have your own opinion that's different. Game number 3 coming in a minute. Here we go. For those of you, Patrick Pato with a really great question. How can you qualify for tournaments? Well, all the information is available for you right here at esports.clashroyale.com. I don't remember what Keef played in the first set. Let me go ahead and see if I can find out. If I can remember what he played in the first game, I mean. Is Ear going to play this year? I don't believe so. I don't know though. I don't know for sure. All right, so game number 1, it was Hog EQ for Keef. Game number 2, the minor deck. And expecting Royal Hogs here from Keef, paired with the Fireball bait. And ignore that ban on the left. That's not supposed to be here. There are no bans in the second set. Timed out. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'll ban. I just honestly don't care. Bomb tower going to be really nice for Luminary in this one. The fact that it's poison is a little bit better for Keef here, but the bomb tower is going to be a real challenge. Log Ice Spirit. There's just so many ways here for Keef to deal with the... or for Luminary to deal with these hogs. $16.46 to $25.42. 90 seconds left, and I don't know how Keef breaks through in a meaningful way. He's going to need to figure out how to do just like a big stack. So right now you see him cycling these giant skeletons to the opposite lane. What was that? I didn't do that. That was from the clean feed. You know, we saw a lot from SK Calalas doing the defend with troops and then using to build a bigger counter push. It feels like that's what Keef's needing to do here, but he keeps on cycling these giant skeletons opposite lane. Maybe trying to go for a double giant skeleton. It seems more and more like Luminary has got this pretty locked down. Bomb tower, the question now is can Keef get past and then outcycle this the second bomb tower? I don't think he can. Not in triple. Right, so giant skeleton, he's going to try to drop everything here, but bomb tower is already back in cycle. So he's going to try to do a desperation pigs here at the end. No, he's not even going to try to. He's not even going to try to go for it. He's trying to hope. Oh, there's the pigs, but bomb tower is back in cycle a long time ago. Not even necessary. We're going to set number 3, folks. We are going to set number 3, King of the Hill. Let's see. Now let me answer some. Let me go back to some of the chat here. Let's see. I see Clash with Jiraiya. Jiraiya, is that right? Can Morton make this year while observing his performance now? Can Morton make it to World Finals? Absolutely. I think he will. I would be surprised if Morton's not in World Finals. Like, he's had a tough... The Queso Cup hasn't gone well, but he's... I think, isn't he third on the leaderboards right now for CRL? He made top 3. Like, I think Morton will be fine. I think Morton will make it. Used code Rich in the shop, and haven't lost a game since. I haven't even played the triple draft tourney. I actually dislike triple draft so much. I have not played the triple draft tourney. I might have to do it. I just don't like triple draft at all. Any guests today? Nope. We're almost done here too. Sparsh, you were telling something about Humble Keef. What did I say? Just that did I forget to finish a thought? It's been quite a stream today, folks. It has been a journey, so to speak. Somehow I didn't lose subs. I'm actually 1 sub away from 99 too, so you know, it'll be what it'll be. Clash with GRIA has a voice which I tell people to listen to what he's saying. Cool. Why do I hate triple draft? I think it's super repetitive. You kind of have to draft the same way. It gives you the options aren't actually great. Triple draft, I think, was an important step that got us to the best game mode in Clash Royale, which is Mega Draft, which is actually a good draft mode. Triple draft, from a spectating standpoint, you don't get to watch the draft, so it's bad as a spectator. It was bad in CRL for that reason. But then also, like, the way triple draft is built, where the 3 pairs of cards come in, you kind of don't have a choice in how you draft. Like, you have the illusion of choice, but you don't actually have a choice because there's certain cards, like certain packs of 3 cards that when they come up, you kind of have to pick them. And it ends up putting you in weird, bad positions. The most famous one being the first time I watched it in CRL East. And I can't remember who it was now. It's been so long. It might have been Yakitori or something, but they were playing triple draft, and they ended up with a who was it? But they ended up with a graveyard deck that had Firecracker in it, and it was just because of how poorly the draft was built. And of course, Firecracker and graveyard go together like a sandwich and dirt. It was just awful. But yeah, Mega Draft. Like, okay, here's one win from the new update. Mega Draft Challenge. That's actually a huge win from the new update. That one I'm actually really, really excited about. So there's a silver lining in the new update. Mega Draft Challenge. Who do I think is a Venomolite the most? I don't know, actually. And also, like, get to talk about, like, divide. Hey, 99-2, let's go. You have to divide between Molite pre-solos and post-solos, right? Because someone beat Molite a few times in CRL East when he was part of Kick's team. Same, I played it, got no counter for the enemy. Goblin Barrel, when my enemy played it in the next battle, I had no win con. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just not. It's not a well-designed game mode, especially when you have Mega Draft right there. It's just so much better. Jupiter's Light saying Ian already beat him a couple times. But in what context did he beat him? Just like in a random match or competitive? Is there a Mega Draft Challenge win badge? I don't know, Nick. That's a good question. I think there will be. DJ Bannon lost a lot playing for Kicks. That's why he's surprised. Why his surprise his next year is so surprising. I've seen Ian beat Mo on stream at least twice. Yeah. Everyone loses sometimes. Mo just loses less than everybody else. Any chance Mega Draft becomes a de facto format for esports? I don't think so. Hey, Sandy, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Is Tico 40K? No, 40K ban is Bansito. In CRO Worlds 22, KK beat Mo like the most. That's right. That's right. Here's the thing, Mo takes L's. Mo lost in our monthly final too. He doesn't lose too much. I have not really played this minor MK Prince deck. You know, I like cycle decks because you can make a mistake and still recover. And the bigger the deck, the heavier the deck, the harder it is to make those recoveries. Because I make a lot of mistakes. It's also why I'm not much of an RG player. That's a nice Royal Giant push from Bassotto. But he's going to leave a little bit on the table here, and the Elixir advantage for Framcito. Oh, that's nice, though. A good monk ability. Using choice, Fram sets the wall breakers up all the way behind this Prince. They're not going to get past. What was his cycle situation where the wall breakers all the way behind King Tower was the best choice for him there? Or was the choice he made? Let's put it that way. And that's going to be a huge overwhelm. Framcito. This deck doing what it does. Overwhelming you really heavy late in game. The new archer rework. I like it a lot. I like the new archer. I think it's pretty cool. Mo always wins when it matters. Yep, absolutely. Mo needs a nerf. That's true. Guess who's the best minor poison player? Who do you think? Who am I rooting for the most next year's CRL? I mean, like, I do my best to be as impartial as possible. I will root for Morton, though, until he gets his world championship. So I'll be who knows? Maybe I'll be rooting for Morton for 1 year, maybe for many years. But you know, Morton is Morton's a good friend, a long time guy I like in this community. So another W of this update is the arena. Yeah, cool looking arena for sure. Mo versus Morton World Finals, and image match gets a draw. Hello from Germany. Hello, Schwan. How are you? So next up is going to be Capgun versus Framcito versus Lost. As Framcito's going to go ahead and keep on holding on to his position, at least for now. This is King of the Hill here, so Framcito stays on as long as he wins. Oh, I guess we're back. We're into game, so never mind. I was coming back out. We're back into game. Minor wall breakers and the little extra expenditure from the arrows necessary for Framcito, as the Royal Ghost didn't do what he hoped. Let's see if I can adjust one more thing on that music. Give me 1 second, folks. Pigs into a bomb tower. Oh boy. Oh, just toggles mute. Got it. All right. So it does not. Well, I cannot use that to fade. Unfortunate. And Hyon with a good question. When CRL was in team form before 2021, did competitors like GKR have as much reputation as they do now? No. There were some that did okay, right? You had Orange Crown League in Spain. You had some smaller competitions, like some of the ones that were like national competitions teams, like national teams were a little bit more prevalent then. But there was nowhere near as much money in community events during the team's time, right? Like the old Queso Cups were like a full prize pool of $3,000 rather than a prize pool of like $30,000, $40,000. Oh boy, GG, well played. Lost got stuck, got caught, got wrecked. Overspending against a mighty miner is doom. Absolute doom. And now Fram can just defend for 60 seconds and have his team 1 win away from from putting this game away. From putting this match to bed. And Framcito, no stranger to some significant BM. There you have it. There you go. Framcito, 2 up, 2 down. What Strangers lost look like? Lost, ban, who else in this tournament? Yeah, the Strangers is an interesting, because Rangers roster I think is much stronger in Queso Cup. But for this event, it's Victor, Lost, Kodigo, Magma, Bassotto, and Luminary. It's still a pretty good roster, right? It's still a legit roster. I think it's a little bit stronger though in Queso Cup than it is for this event. Yeah, the BM. Are people surprised by Fram BMing? Fram is the BM king. Fram BMs maybe more than anybody I know playing at this level. So I don't know who's surprised about that one. Texas brisket is all I say. Yeah, I need to get something good for lunch. I'm hungry now. I spent a lot of energy on this stream. Let's see. That back and forth game is peak CR gameplay. Yeah, I feel you. Luminary going to be the last up for Strangers. So let's see what Luminary has. 8.7K personal best, currently 91st on the CRL rankings. Top 10 finish last season on ranked 7th. So kid can ball. Rich, do you like Oakley glasses? Not in particular. I haven't seen it. Maybe they have some new designs, but they always look too much like you're a cop or a golfer. You know what I mean? I'm a disc golfer. I don't know. Oakley's just always like have like. Yeah, you look like. I guess the best way is you look like a rich cop. Lunin for Luminary. Muskie and Mortar. I think there's Ice Spear. I don't know. I didn't see what the first card was. My dad's a golfer. He has 100,000 Oakleys. Yep. Yeah, if you're a golfer and a cop, then you have Oakleys for sure. I don't know. They're just like. I remember that like when I played tennis as a kid, all of the snottiest kids who played tennis wore Oakleys. So that's my association. Need to protect the Musk here. Ice Spirit, there you go. Gets completely wrecked. Goblins to kite a little bit more. And the EQ, not what Fram wanted to play there. Would have loved to have the log. We call it ball golf. Yeah. Ball golf, exactly. Nerd golf. Oakley sponsors you, Devlop. What does Oakley sponsor you for? Are you a golfing cop? Is that I just totally hate on you? Oakley sponsors you in what? Maybe I'm just salty because my parents didn't buy me Oakleys. LOL, you're a golf cop? Please tell me you're a golf cop, Devlop. Golf cop, Devlop? Cycling. Yeah, they make more sense for cycling. GG, well played. All right. Stranger stays up a little longer. Golf cop Devlop is funny. For cycling, what are you like? Do you like the Velo way, or are you like long distance, like Lance Armstrong style cycling? Interesting question. All right, now here's another question, everybody. Do I leave do I leave this video up, or do I leave it unlisted? With how how controversial today's stream has been. Does the VOD stay up? Or do I unlist the VOD? Maybe I unlist it, but then put it on its put it on the GKR whatchamacallit, on my GKR playlist. DJ Badhand, post it for sure. Querdy says play with fire. Love you too. Leave it up. I found the commentary entertaining. Look, I will say, I'm not going to talk about like the update anymore. I'll say this. You get my honest opinion here. You get my honest opinion here. Like, I'm not going to say what I think that you will like. Because it'd be very easy for me to be like, rah, this is awful and everything. Like, it'd be very easy for me to just say what people want to hear. One thing you know, is especially if I'm saying stuff that people are going to get upset about, is that I'm saying my real opinion. So, that's what you'll get from me, for better or for worst. Hopefully for better. Texas raw. I'm a Californian, really, though. I just live in Texas. Yeah, love people. Why people? That's why we love you or hate you. LOL. Yep. There's not a lot of super neutral opinions on me, I don't think. Which means I'm doing something right. What is this cup, man? This is GKR. It's a year-long tournament with 4 splits. $46,000 total prize pool over the year. $7,000 in this specific split. We have 8 teams competing in a double round robin over a few weeks, who will then go on to other portions of the competition. Some big names, some medium, smaller names. If you tuned in earlier, you got to see Mo, Mugi, Lucas, etc. And right now, you get to see Luminary stunting against this lava push by Capgun. Yeah. Oops. You're playing Lava Hound into an Inferno Arrows deck. That balloon might do some work, though. Capgun almost alive. Will the balloon do 2? Oh, the predict on the archers. I wonder if it got the other archer if that had been tower down. I wonder if it got the other archer if that balloon would have done one more hit. It was close. What about the Queso Cup? Queso Cup is back back next week, or back on Thursday. I think this is enough here. How fast can this Lava Hound get the tower down? Oh, he has Fireball. Okay. So, oh, but it's 2 towers down. Never mind. There's already 2 towers down. I was like, this is enough. Not even recognizing that the tower on the left-hand side was down. It's been a day, folks. But guess what? It's the kind of day I love because we are going to a final game, best of 1, to decide this championship, or decide this match. Dang, some Luminary going bananas. Luminary popping off here. Inferno Dragon OP, but nobody takes E-Wiz or E-Dragon. True. Unpopular opinions are great when people in the comments section. Yeah, that is true. There's some of my, I have a lot of shorts up that like are like pro tip shorts, and some of them are very good. One of them uses not the best example to illustrate a concept, and a lot of people in the comments are like real nasty about pointing it out. But on the same vein, because there's been so many comments on it, let me go look it up. Let me go look up the actual number on it. That short has done 2.6 million views. In part because so many comments are, this is dumb. This is not a good example of this. Actually, well, there's so much actually. My best one, my best short, has almost 4 million views on YouTube, which is pretty cool. Before monetization kicked in for shorts, unfortunately. But is what it is. Hey, your class is over and back. And you get some of the stuff for me. Oh, thank you so much. Blocking out the haters. Hell yeah. But yeah, that was super funny. Here we go. Final game coming in just a second. It's been a journey today, folks. And for those of you who are with me for it, I appreciate it. Let's get into it. How good are you at cycling, Develop, that you're sponsored by Oakley? This is the last game of the day, folks. Who will come out on top? This should be last game of the day. The crown on the right should have... There should be 2 red crowns on the right. I believe this is our last game. We'll confirm. Can we see something that you playing with your own commentary? No. No, you cannot. So, an interesting little mirror match here. This deck is certainly very strong. Wallbreaker's Kite for the Inferno Dragon. Nicely done. Pro-Am. Nice. Yeah, sure. I don't know what kind of styles. Does Oakley have any styles that are like my style? Why do they keep doing that, by the way? That's the second time that they've done it. I think that Oakley only has like super sporty sunglasses. Am I wrong? Or do they have like more chill sunglasses? You know what I mean? I'll have to take a look at their lifestyle. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I'm down to chat a little bit. I have kids to feed. I'm open. Those wall breakers are... Why do they keep doing that? Why are you pressing that button 500 times? Oh, that's a good double bandit. And doesn't get back in time, though. It was a nice double bandit move from Keef, and then that's the same bandit. That's the same bandit going coast to coast. Space Ghost, 1099 to 1876. So Luminary got a bandit connection. But then the opposite direction for Keef. And now switching lanes here a little bit. What are you doing? Stop hitting the transition. Well, GG, well played. Don't know why that transition played 3 times. Either way, Keef gets it back for Olimpo squad and takes the win for Olimpo squad here on day 1. There you have it, folks. It's been an exciting stream, that's for sure. That's for sure. It has not been a boring stream today. Whether it's been a good one or a bad one is certainly up for discussion. I'm sure some comments in the VOD will have their opinions for it. Either way, this is day 4 in the books. Day 4 of 10 is done. If you're still watching on Twitch, stick around. We'll find someone to go host. For those of you watching on YouTube, all the regulars love you. All the new people love you. People who have an issue, people who don't like me, hey, happy to have you here too. Hope that we can, you know, find a way to get along. But everybody, as always, maybe even more importantly today than any day, be excellent to each other. Peace. All right, Twitch. Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and kill the YouTube stream. There goes the YouTube stream.